You get to El Paso in 88. What are you doing?
Okay, so I was assigned to the tactical support unit, and and that unit was well, the El Paso Intelligence Center it's a multi-agency tactical intelligence center. So what they do is they have agents from and representatives from, I think it was 22 different agencies that are present there. And it's kind of like a melting pot where everybody grabs or shares their intelligence to try and come out with actionable intelligence to either help the agents on a particular case or to protect the agents. I mean, that was the whole issue there. And so I'm assigned to the tactical support unit, and I was given the job as trying to interpret conversations because I spoke Spanish. I grew up in Latin America, spoke Spanish. Trying to interpret the conversation between drug traffickers that was intercepted off of shortwave radio. Back in those days, there's no such thing as cell phones, and so the drug traffickers in Colombia and in Bolivia and in Peru, they spoke on shortwave radios. And since shortwave radios could not be encrypted, they spoke in code. And so my duty was to try and figure out what they were saying, to try and figure out when a load was going to be shipped or what stage the load was in, or any information that would help the offices in Latin America pinpoint where a particular laboratory or a house is or an individual is or where he was going to be.
How are those communications coming to you? Can you talk, if you can
Yeah.
say, how are those communications getting to you? Are they recorded? Are you listening to
Yes.
the radios?
Yes. Well, it's recorded. They were recorded, and we had a radio room where people were recording them, and then there were people transcribing what they heard as well. So I had them both in written and in oral fashion.
But those communications are coming from South America to El Paso?
Yeah, we had radio interception section, like antennas and repeaters in different parts of Colombia and Peru and Bolivia. And so the signal that was intercepted was bounced off of those back to the El Paso Intelligence Center.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah. And so my job was to try and do that. And so I ended up putting together a dictionary that of terms that were used by the drug traffickers at that time to signify, when it was cocaine paste or coca base or HCl, and what they're talking about. Because if not, a lot of times they're talking about, you think they're cattlemen. They're talking about cattle, and does this cat has this cattle received his vaccination yet? Yes. Okay, so that's the cattle was a coca base, right? Has it been vaccinated? Yes. So now it's coca base. Okay, has it received its second vaccination? Yes. Now we'll call it coca HCl, right? So cocaine HCl. So I did that for I was assigned there for 2 years, but I ended up in the middle of that ended up going to Peru twice for Operation Snowcap, and then I ended up going to Panama. That was for a 6-month period. I ended up going to Panama for a 7-month period during the 2 years that I was there.